right now, Fox News Strategic Analyst Lieutenant Colonel Ralph Peters. Colonel Peters, welcome.
Hey, great to see you, Trish. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing, but when I hear Rahm Emanuel telling illegal immigrants they'll be safe in Chicago, nobody's safe in Chicago. On a given weekend in Chicago, more Americans die than have died in Afghanistan and Iraq combined so far this year. I mean, he's playing politics at the most desperate level.
Well, you know what's interesting about him, too, is what you say, he's playing politics, and he's one who's said before, you know, never ignore a good crisis for its political aspects to it. But he's someone who actually did not think that immigration was an issue that should be taken on. He called it the third rail of politics and tried to discourage Obama initially from getting into sort of some kind of immigration reform. So now he's suddenly a champion of sanctuary cities. Is this just all, you know, because it will further his potential political career and actually further this division which Elizabeth Warren and Bill de Blasio and Harry Reid are trying to create?
Well, the politics of division are very much in vogue in America today. But for Rahm Emanuel, look, he's failed as mayor of Chicago. The city is far worse off than when he took office, and he's desperate and he's trying. But we shouldn't lose sight of the bigger issue, and I know you don't, Trish, that President-elect Trump has really shown some willingness to compromise on this all-important issue, where he's not talking about deporting 11 million people right now. He's talking, as you pointed out, about deporting violent felons and other criminals. And how can the Democrats object to that? How can they object to keeping Americans safe? And I think if they would only do what we all need to do and support the new president until he gives us a tangible reason not to, we could work something out on immigration that would be humane and beneficial to our economy and get rid of the criminals. And
yeah, you know, but it sounds to me like, Colonel, they just don't want to work together. They don't want to give him an inch. They don't want to give him anything. They're encouraging these protests. Rahm Emanuel saying, look, we're going to stay as a sanctuary city. I think you could just probably go out there and cut off the funding. Right? I mean, why should Chicago get all that money from federal taxpayers, from you and from me and everybody else?
Yeah, well, 2 points on that. The first is, my God, the American people, the citizens of this republic, have spoken. I was not an enthusiastic Trump supporter.
I know you weren't.
But he is going to be my president. Yeah. And until he gives us a reason to withdraw our support, we should all, Democrats and Republicans alike,
So this is a change of tune, by the way. I'm going to at least point out to the view, you were not a Trump supporter in any way. You told Stuart Barney last week that you hate Hillary Clinton, and yet you said you were going to vote for her anyway. We got the clip. I want to get your reaction.
Yeah. I think Hillary Clinton is despicable. She has committed criminal acts. She's greedy. She's corrupt. And yes, I'm going to vote for her. But I'm voting for Hillary Clinton because it's a vote against Donald Trump.
Okay, but now Donald Trump is our president-elect, and you're telling me that you say we've got to support him, we've got to give him a chance.
Of course.
So tell me about this sort of change, you know, about 80 that you've done. But basically, you're asking other Democrats, and you're not a Democrat per se, but other people to do as well.
Well, yes, of course, because that's how our system works. It was a very hard-fought campaign. I felt, as I said on Fox, that we had a choice between Lucifer and Satan, two terrible candidates. But once through the electoral college system of this republic, which is what it is, a republic, the American people made their voices known, and the decision was in favor of Donald Trump.
Right.
He is going to be our president, and we need to support America. To attack a president before he's even inaugurated is to vote against America.
I know, you know, people, they're on the attack, and I'm just saying, look, you know what, it's going to be okay, and you got to give the guy a chance. Colonel Peters, thank you so much. Good to have you here.